Hey, it's morning here, and one thing I don't think I've shown in a video that you can quickly access, I have shown it in a couple of my lives that I do on Saturday, is how to use this device here. It's the Keto-Mojo, which does a couple things. It measures your glucose in your body, and at the same time it measures the ketones. Two different strips, so not at the same time. You got to put one in, take it out, put the other one in, but only one prick of the finger. So I want to show you how that works and encourage you to buy this device, because this is measuring what is going on in your body. And you want to measure what's happening in your body, because as we take in food, our body physiology changes. You're going to be more, your glucose level will rise. Glucose, yes. And your ketones, something going to fluctuate with them. Ketones a lot of times fluctuate with exercise. They fluctuate with being nervous or being agitated. So you want to have a good idea where they're at. I do this around 8:30 every morning, which is what time it is now. And let's put this little machine together, this little device together. And I'll show you also how it synchronizes with your phone, and then how that can synchronize with Cronometer, which is another app I use to write down or to log everything that I ingest. And the reason you want to keep track of that is so you can see if you're hitting your numbers for protein and fat and calories and carbs, but also how that is affecting your ketones. It's all about the ketones, yeah. And the reason you want to do that in my state, which is therapeutic ketosis, is I want to make sure that my body is in a state of therapeutic ketosis. Because if not, we got to make adjustments. We got to maybe go out for a walk or exercise or do something, or eat something differently. The foods that we ate yesterday, and you can see on your Cronometer what you ate yesterday has affected your ketone level for today. All right, so here we go. So the meter comes in this beautiful little pouch. I have picked this up on Amazon, and it was indicated to me by a website that I went to called CancerV, like Victor, .me, which means cancer versus me, I suppose. And it's by Maggie Jones, and she chronicles what's going on in her life with cancer, and also using a therapeutic ketosis diet to make sure that she has her numbers super low. Her thing was, you know what, guys, if you're going to be doing anything and you have some kind of disease, or you want to lose weight, or for any reason that you use keto, you want to be able to measure stuff, because if you're not measuring, how do you know what's working, right? The first thing I do, this is the little device that is gonna prick our finger. Now, I didn't know I'd never used anything like this, so I didn't know what I was doing. But I noticed that people talked a lot about putting this thing on number 3, so that's where I kept mine, and it works. I have never moved it off 3. The reason they have this adjustable is because, of course, everybody has different. Let's see, how do you adjust this guy? Oh, here we go. Everybody has. No, that's taking it apart. Oh, here it is up here. Everybody has different thicknesses of skin. I mean, if your skin is super thick, you want to go up to a higher number. I think. You have to play around with it a little bit. But you can read up on this. It's in the book here. All right, but a 3 works perfectly for me. What we do is take one of these lances, as they're called, and you can get these on Amazon as well. These things here are pretty cheap, because it doesn't take much to create one of these. You stick it in like that, and then what you do is you twist the little top off here, it's all plastic. And then if you can see that, I'll put a little black background so you can see a little bit better. We have a little needle sticking out the end there, right? So what we're going to do, we don't want the needle to hit any of the plastic as we're putting it in, because that might dull it a little bit. You don't want a dull needle going in your skin, if anything. So there we are, we're at our number 3. So we're all set with this thing. You can tell it's working, and you just cock it back like that and get ready, okay? All right, so I get the meter out. Normally, you know, I started doing like fingertips, different places, but I found out for me it works so well if you stay out of the areas where your fingers are like really sensitive, and that's like on the ends of your fingers. That's where you feel things. So that hurts sometimes when it hits a nerve. So what I've done is I'm using my thumbs, and normally I'll come around here in this area of the thumb where you don't have too much, at least I don't have too much sensitivity, okay? I got a little hand sanitizer alcohol pack in here. I've never used it, but just in case I need something like that. Normally, I'm in a place where I can wash my hands thoroughly, you know, before you start on this. So we have the ones that are for ketones, right? It's a little hard to read there, but these are the strips for ketones, and these are your glucose strips, okay? Blood glucose test strip. Okay, so what we're going to do before anything, because another thing I found out the hard way is if you already prick your finger, you use your thumbs for everything. So I'm getting, you know, I'm trying to not do it where I've pricked already, and it was a little comical first time I pricked my thumb. Okay, you can already see the little strip inside there. See it? So we want to get the strip out. Comes out pretty easy. And that's what the glucose strip looks like. It's like the same color as the outside packaging. Of course, the end with the electrodes on it go inside the unit. And then this little thing here acts as a little siphon, sort of, you know, for the blood to go up. And the device will tell you when it's time to put, you know, to fill it with blood or to put your blood on there. It'll beep once, and then it'll also tell you with a countdown on the meter when it has your ketone level ready. Okay, same thing with your blood glucose. It counts down, and when it's done, you're all set. Okay, so let's get the one for the blood glucose out of here. There we go. As you can notice, the same thing going on. We got the little space for, it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? The little space for where the blood goes up. Now, if you don't have enough blood, you know, like a droplet there on your thumb, you'll end up ruining a strip. And I found that out the hard way too. That's why there's one more ketone than there are glucose in this particular batch here. Because if blood starts and it doesn't make it to the end of this thing here, it'll error out on the meter and saying, you know, not enough blood, it doesn't work. And if you try using it again, the strip will already be invalidated. You know, it'll say, you know, use another strip. Okay, so here we go. This is the only part that hurts. I'll put it, you know, and I press a little bit. And if you notice the end of this guy here, it has like a, you know, a concave shape. So you can press it up against skin. It's just a fine little prick, and there you go. And yeah, fine little prick. And then what I do is I kind of squeeze a little bit. See, you can see the blood coming up there. Yeah, great. So we're going to be all set. So I always want to know my ketone level first. So without messing things up, we're going to put the ketone strip in first. The meter will light up, right? And then you'll hear that little noise, and it says it's in ketone, and the little blood drop above the little pit, you know, diagram of the strip says, you know, put that in there. So what we're going to do is put our little blood drop close, Yeah. And it'll say, okay, I've got enough. And then it's going to count down, and we're going to see what our ketones are today. Okay, 1.2 millimolars. That's not very high, actually. So, I would look back on what I did on my Cronometer for yesterday. It looks like I have enough blood. Let's try this for the glucose now. If I don't, we're going to mess up another strip, but I think I'm good. Oh, yeah. So this does the same thing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully my glucose is low. It's 90, all right? See that? So I got 90, and the other one was, the meter will turn off. 1 point, whatever it was. But I don't have to worry about that because the meter will store that. Now, what I'm going to do now is go to my cell phone. And then, because I have the app on there, I'll show you how that works. All right, so if you can notice here on my screen right here, like on the fourth row down all the way over to the right is the Keto-Mojo app. And you just press that, okay? Yesterday was 2.9, so I was almost out of my deep therapeutic ketosis. I was only in the high range. Now what I want to do is, and you can hear this going on in the background because I can't do both at the same time, but I'll turn the Keto-Mojo on by pressing the button on the front of it. And you heard the beep there. Now if you look on this screen in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a little icon. The first icon across the bottom says sync. So what I want to do is press sync because I want to synchronize my meter with the app. And we got the glucose and the ketones imported. Now, this shows me that I am like a teeny bit out of my deep level of ketosis, which shows me I'm at a moderate level of GKI ketones because I have 5 millimolars of glucose and only 1.2 of ketones. So that means I got to do something, right? That's amazing. Yeah, you can get both readings in. So don't worry if you're like a little bit out of ketosis. What's going on with me is I'm transitioning from, I had like this very high protein stuff going on yesterday to a fast. And usually when that happens, I'll get like a reading like that. So normally what I have to do is wait till later on in the day. Now, what you do with these things, which it's like biohazard-like stuff, I've already taken the little lancet or whatever you call it, I guess, out of the machine, out of the stabber, and put it in. What I do is I'll take that little top that's on it, that comes on it, and then stab that back into the plastic, and that way it won't puncture somebody. But I was asking, since my daughter is a physical therapist in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I says, what are you supposed to do with some of this biohazard stuff if you're at home and you don't have one of those little biohazard plastic things? She said, just use an empty bottle of laundry detergent or bleach or something like that and just stuff it down the top and use that as your waste disposal. And I thought that's a great idea. I didn't know people did. I guess you could Google it, find out what people are using, but it seems like a good thing to do. Keep it out of the environment of somebody sticking their hand in the trash or something like that. This is called Keto-Mojo. I have links below to how to acquire this from Amazon. If you want to know, it's under $50, and it comes with everything that you see here, plus some sample strips and also the lancets. Of course, you're going to have to buy more strips as you use them. They're about $1 a piece, right? Sometimes a little bit under. You have to just watch the sales on Amazon. And that's all there is to it, right? So today I'm fasting, so there's not really much I can do except maybe go for a walk, do some exercise, get that number down. I am sure tomorrow it'll be back down in the 2 or the 1 point something range, because that's what happens when you're on a fast. Your ketones just zoom up there, and that's exactly what I want to happen. I have been drinking lots of coffee because I just got, it's another video on my YouTube channel, I just got a Starbucks pour over device, which is, oh man, it's crazy good, you guys. This thing here, which, you know, is, you set it right over your cup, pour your hot water in it, and enjoy a nice cup of coffee. And I've been probably enjoying too many cups of coffee. I don't know if coffee affects ketones. May. I know I can feel it's making me a little jittery, but I just enjoy coffee so much. All right, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for hitting that like button. Appreciate it all.